Hello Sangha, welcome to day 20 of our 31 days of yoga 2024. We've been looking at the 8 limbs, namas, niyamas, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Hopefully these are kind of starting to become familiar. Don't worry if they're not. It took me a long time for this information to filter through. So we're now past the yamas and niyamas. We're now looking at the next limb of yoga, which is asana. And asana is what we do physically. And actually, the translation is a comfortable seat, so it's mostly about trying to be able to sit and do the breath work and the meditation work. But we need strong bodies to support the ability to sit. So we use asana. And the Yoga Sutras are not full of postures that we should be practicing, but full of more principles. We should be steady and comfortable, and you hear me talk about that a lot. It also talks about the level of effort we should be putting in. It should be the right amount of effort, not like too much, but not also like lazy, our little haphazard or lackadaisical or anything like that. We need to find the right, I often use the term Goldilocks. You're looking for this Goldilocks level. So today we're going to start lying on our back like normal, but we're going to use a posture. We're not going to stand today. We're going to use today to build again a bit more strength. I think if I had any quality that I would love everybody to have, I want them to be mobile and balanced for sure, but I really want people to stay strong, because that's what keeps your body structure supported. Okay, so let's start lying on our backs with your knees bent and your feet flat. Put your right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. And take the first few moments to feel the support of the earth underneath. Relaxing your face, relaxing your shoulders, maybe tucking them under, maybe lifting and laying your hips. Try and find a way to lie that there's no discomfort at all. And then let your hands rest by your sides. And as you inhale, take both arms all the way up over your head. And exhale, let them come back down by your sides. And try that a few more times. Inhaling up and over. Exhaling back down. And one last time. We're going to do something a little bit different in a moment, but do a few movements of a regular hip lift or regular bridge posture. So inhale, let your hips come up. And exhale, let them come down. And try that a couple more times. Every inhale, your hips go up. Every exhale, they come down. And try that again. Good. We're going to try it one leg at a time. So bring one leg towards your chest. I'm hugging my right knee. Okay. Bring your left foot more to the center. Place your right foot over your left thigh, if that's the side you're using. Let both arms go wide. Press your foot against the floor and let your hips lift again and go down again. Lift again and go down again. So you're using, and you might find that you need to be really specific in how you place your foot so that you can get the stability and the support to come up and down. And once you've done 3 or 4, relax that leg, hug both knees towards you, place your right foot on the floor, bring your left foot over your right thigh, take your arms wide, push down, let your hips rise, and let them come down. And try that a few more times. Again, think about the positioning of your foot to find the most support, the most stability, the most comfort. That list the qualities that I mentioned at the start. Coming up and down. And then hug both knees towards you. Taking the hips from side to side. Circling your knees around. And gently massaging your lower back against the floor. Roll out to the side that feels good for you. Push into the floor and come to seated position. Shuffle your hips a bit further back. Bring your fingers forward, take an inhale, and exhale. Maybe your hands go down, maybe your elbows go down. Bring your elbows up, walk your hands back, place them behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and lift up your chest. Inhale up with your left hand, try and get a little bit higher. Exhale, turn. Inhale up with both hands, and exhale, turn. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, turn in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, turn in. Inhale, reach all the way up. And shake off the way down. Get nice and loose through your wrists, through your forearms, your elbows, your upper arms, your shoulders. Roll through your shoulders. Place your left hand on the floor. Inhale up through your right hand. And let your weight come over. Inhale, go tall, lengthening and reaching. And exhale, over. Try that one more time either side. Inhale, going tall. So again, I always try and make the bigger movements on the exhale so my body's relaxed. It's less likely to tense up. And let me keep this mobility that we're all looking for. Bring your fingers forward and again come down if that's possible for you. And once you've made that movement, sometimes things are a bit more easy. Maybe your head comes closer to the floor. And come back up. Nice. Let's switch your position, right? And we want to warm our wrists up a wee bit. If at any point today your wrists get tired, use your elbows on the floor like this, rather than have the weight always through your wrists, okay? So we're going to do a posture called Vasisthasana, which is like a side plank. And then turn your fingers towards each other from this position, gently rock into that. Okay, we're just getting a bit of movement and mobility into our wrists, and then turn your fingers out and rock from side to side. Getting into that. And maybe do this just very gently, one hand at a time. Point your fingers towards you. And then release it. And then the other side, point your fingers towards you. You may be somebody who has no issue with that and you want to do both wrists at the same time, but it can be quite strong, so be gentle with yourself here. And then bring them forward and then give them a wee shake out. Get them nice and loose and relaxed. Okay, so let's begin a little spinal movement just to warm up our spine, and then we're going to go straight towards Vasisthasana variations and see how we go. So bring your hands forward, okay, and flow through some cat and cow movement that feels good for you today. Flowing through your spine. If you want to make that more like a skipping rope kind of movement, really freeing up your spine and not overthinking this, just creating freedom in your movement. Then feel free, and then come back towards the center. And what we're going to do is bring your right knee slightly closer to our right hand, just a few inches, and step back with our left foot and drop our left heel. Whenever you're ready, push your right hand into the floor and see if you can lift up your left hand. So you're going to be doing a little bit of balancing here. So don't force it. And then let it come down. Okay. Bring your knee back down. Take it from side to side. So you can stay at that level the whole time. Okay. Or you can even just have your toes. It's a little tricky just to do it on your toes. It's better with the foot flat, to be honest. And down. But you find the way that works for you. Okay. And then from there, try that on the other side. So leave your left knee towards the middle, reach back with your right foot, flatten your right foot, and reach up with your right hand. Good. Let your hand come down, let your knee come down. Remember, elbows if your wrists get tired, right? Just drop to your elbows. You can do all of this with your elbow and just turn it to give you a bit more balance. Okay, you can try that. You can do through a few repetitions of this, okay? So next time, see if you can take yourself back into a plank and drop both heels. So one foot is on the inside, one foot's on the outside, and lifting up. Okay, push a little bit harder, lift your hips a little bit higher. Remember, do it on your elbows. If you get too tired, taking your shoulders from side to side, your hips from side to side. I'll turn so you can see it on the other side. Again, into a plank. Dropping your heels out to the side. Squeezing your hip, reaching up your hand. Good. Breathing into this. And then coming down. Letting your knees come down, taking your shoulders from side to side, your hips from side to side. Okay. Again, I'll turn. Next variation. Back into your plank again. Drop your heel and lift your other foot on top of the other foot this time and squeeze everything up. A little bit higher. Remember, do the version with your knee down if this gets too intense. Back to plank. Let your knees come down. Any movements that feel helpful, and then try it on the other side, okay? So toes out, heels down, one on top of the other. Lift your hand, lift your hips. Good. Back, down. Okay, take a little bit of time to rest. Take both knees wide. Touch your big toes together. Your elbows towards the floor. Your forehead towards the floor. And take slow breaths in and out here. Let everything soften and relax before we do another couple of variations. So lift your head, bring your shoulders forward, step back lightly into a plank, drop your heels, one on top of the other, lift your hand, okay? And if you want to, you can lift your higher leg up into the air. Squeeze your hips up. Okay, a lot going on. And some people can reach for their big toe and extend it out. So you can extend it forward or up into the air again. You might have to be quite gymnastic for that. And then come back to plank. Let your knees come down. Give yourself a little bit of a rest before we do the other side. Hips resting on your knees into a kneeling position. Try and get your breath under control if you feel like you're breathing heavily. Okay, so another go, Vasisthasana, on the other side. Into a plank, heels down, one on top of the other, lifting your hand, lift your foot. See if you can reach for your big toe. Extend it out if you want to. Yeah. I run and cycle too much to be that flexible, so maybe you can lift it up. And then back to the center. Take a rest again. Knees wide, touch your big toes together, hips on your heels, elbows towards the floor, forehead towards the floor. Taking slow breaths in and out here. Lift your head, lift your elbows, walk your hands back towards your knees. Let your knees come together, your hips rest on your heels. Okay, we're going to do one final variation. So, hands forward. This time keep your right knee on the floor. Okay. You're going to turn it slightly out and lift your left leg up. And reach your left hand up. This time reach your left hand over your ear if you can. So reach your toes out towards the back. And see if you can touch your knee and your elbow from here. So remember, have this foot slightly turned out so that it's giving you the opportunity to balance. Reaching out and connecting. Reaching out and connecting. Reaching out and release. Hand down, knee down. Making again any movements that you need for your body. And when you're ready, try that on the other side, okay? So left knee towards the center, turning it out, reaching out with your right leg, maybe straight into the air. Your right arm across your ear. Breathing, smooth. Knee to elbow and reach out. Knee to elbow and reach out. Do it one last time. Hold, breathe. Let your hand come down, let your knee come down. Take your knees wide, touch your big toes together. Let your elbows come down, let your forehead come down. And take some slow breaths in and out here. Lift your head, lift your elbows. Bring yourself back to a seated position and find your way to rest on your back, okay? Hugging your knees to your chest. So when we work a bit harder like that, it's really important that we appreciate the level of our practice, okay, especially if it's a bit more physically strong. Even out with our practice, you know, if you're working in the gym or, you know, even if you've been doing a lot of like stuff around your house, you know, if you're redecorating or a lot of repurposing your house maybe, you need to rest, okay? I'm a big believer in rest. So what we're going to do today to finish is a short body scan. So send your legs out to a comfortable position. Don't wreck your house. Let your arms come out to a really comfortable position. And take some time to really rest on the floor here. So really feel the support of the ground underneath. Letting both legs really soften even more. Feeling like you're letting everything go from the toes, through the feet, through your ankles, through your lower legs, through your knees, through your hips, through your thighs. Both legs soft and relaxed. And then letting go through your fingertips, through your wrists, through your forearms, through your elbows, through your upper arms, soft shoulders, both arms soft, released and letting go. And then letting go through your pelvis, through your abdomen, through your chest, through your throat, through your face, all the muscles in the face softening and letting go. Now you stay here as long as you can, as long as you have time. Okay, softening and letting go. But whenever you need to introduce that slow movement to your fingers, slow movement to your toes, into your wrists and your ankles and your elbows and your knees and your hips and your shoulders, letting everything reach out and move in any way that feels helpful for you. Roll onto one side, let your head rest on your arm as a pillow. And then slowly coming up. Back to the center. Find a comfortable seat that makes sense for you. Let your fingertips connect, the base of your palms connect. Thank you for your practice, everybody. Om Shanti.